As the movie begins, a library scene is shown. There were some scary people in that library who killed the librarian there, and many pages of books were torn, and at that very moment, a terrible shadow appeared in the library, causing everyone to run away in fear. The leader formed a team, and everyone followed his advice and fled to another city. They thought the shadow had gone, but no, the shadow was still following them. That shadow had its face covered, and it brought the entire city under its own control. And then, when they wanted to kill that shadow, their leader created another magic door and escaped with his companions. And that shadow was a girl who was once a member of that group, but the leader of that group was a very bad person, and he used his group to do bad things. However, the shadowy woman never wanted to kill them, but the leader of that group stole a page from a book in that library and tore it up. Then the movie changes to summer, and in the movie, we are shown a famous doctor named Dr. Strange. He was such a good doctor that everyone praised him, and his name was known throughout the world. His operations were famous all over the world, but he didn't know that his skills wouldn't last long, because a few days later, he had a huge, terrible road accident and his arms and legs became useless, and he was told he would never be able to have another operation. He couldn't bear to hear this. He wanted to somehow get his hands and feet back to how they were before, to get all his skills back. Then the doctor was sent to a physiotherapist. That physiotherapist was able to cure any patient within 3 days. Then the doctor was able to walk. He couldn't believe his eyes. But he was really very experienced, but the cost of his treatment was very high, and Dr. Strange didn't have the money. One day, Dr. Strange's friend came to him and said, "I can help you." Dr. Strange angrily said, "Get out." So the woman also left angrily. Dr. Strange went to the man who was paralyzed and recovered within 3 days, but the patient refused to see Dr. Strange because Dr. Strange had not treated him when he was paralyzed. Dr. Strange thought the man would not recover, so he did not treat him, but Dr. Strange begged him to meet him, and he said okay. Then he tells how he was cured. He said, "I went to a place where I met a lot of people, and there was a leader who healed me." Actually, the man was talking about the library. The man says that to go there, you will have to face many dangers. Then Dr. Strange says, "I am ready to take any risk to regain my abilities." Then Dr. Strange went to the country where he was cured. There, Dr. Strange meets a woman. In fact, that woman is none other than the shadowy woman at the beginning of the movie. Dr. Strange asks the woman how she cured a paralyzed patient in 3 days, and the woman says, "I have no hand in it. In fact, you can be whatever you want. You just need willpower." The woman said that when our body is injured, our cells protect that injury. Then Dr. Strange said, Then the woman said, "No, that's not true. In fact, we can do whatever our mind and will want." Dr. Strange says, "How can I believe this? I am a scientific doctor, and I do not believe all this without proof. I could have paid all the money to get treatment if I wanted. I am here to spend money to find out." Then the woman punched Dr. Strange in the chest with a hard punch, and Dr. Strange's soul separated from his body. Then he felt his body go unconscious for a moment. Then Dr. Strange asked the woman, "What happened to me?" Then the woman placed her hand on his forehead, and Dr. Strange could see strange things in his life. Then Dr. Strange believes that the woman was telling the truth. Then the woman says, "Get her out of here. I don't want to teach her anything." Dr. Strange apologizes to him and says, "I didn't believe in these things before, but now I believe them."